Welcome to chapter episode 3 of Hinduism and Psychology of Mental Health. Now, having talked about the nature of God, I'm going to talk about having a relationship with God under the idea that there is a duality. That means me and God, for the most part, are separate. My ego is separate from God's ego. And so we're talking about those types of relationships or connections and how do we connect with God. All right. To talk about the 9 ways we connect with God, I'm going to be referring to the writings of sage Vedavyasa in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, this was his lesser known writing, major writing being the Mahabharata, but it's only 18,000 verses long. Wow. Okay, anyway, I'm just looking at one small section, which is of the 9 ways in which we connect with God. Now, since it's 9 ways and it's only 5 minutes session, this is of course only going to be three of the ways. So the first way is hearing about God. That means if you're listening, if you have the songs, if you have the radio on, if you have the recording on, and you're doing other things, but you intentionally put the radio on with the idea of, yeah, I want to have God in the background, I want to connect. You're connecting. It's praying. It's connecting with God. You do not have to have, you know, a proper prayer session, a proper day, a proper time to connect with God. There is a level where we can connect with God just by hearing about God. And this is one of the things that is very important for our mental health. Our mental health is, you know, in order to keep our mental health steady, when we think about God, we think, oh my God, I've got to do so many things. It is so hard. It's not. Everything can be spiritual. Just, when you're doing your work, have something in the background that is playing, and it is also, you know, what is considered connecting with God, and that's one of the ways to do it. Of course, the level of connection depends on your personal level and how you see yourself in terms of spiritual growth, but that's a slightly different question. Then the second way is kirtana, which is singing, chanting, and praying. Now, singing, chanting, and praying helps us relax, helps us, you know, concentrate our mind and focus. One of those important things is we can sing, chant, and pray. Again, this is not ritualistic singing, chanting, and praying. That's a different way of connecting. This is anywhere, singing, chanting, and praying anywhere. So, including things like I'm sitting in the exam's going to start. Oh my God, I'm panicking. Say a mantra, say Gayatri mantra, say Ganesha mantra, and then start. That's also counts as singing, chanting, praying, connecting with God. It is also connecting with God. And it's fine to do it in that way. If that is what you need to calm down, to pull yourself together, that's one of the most important psychological impacts of prayer, chanting, singing, is to allow you to pull yourself in, focus, calm down, and do what you need to do. So in times of stress, when you're stressed out, when you are, doing something that's difficult, by all means, take a couple of seconds, sit down, say a quick prayer, say a quick chant, and pray and help and connect. And yes, you are connecting with God. Now moving on. Okay, now the third way is smarana, which is remembering the name of the Lord, saying God's name. Which God? Any God. Whichever God you have a heart for, whichever God you feel like calling, call. Because remember in the first slide, when you say the name of the Lord, say it with faith. Think of the name of God with faith. So you want to say Lakshmi, you want to say Krishna, you want to say Rama, you want to say Amma, all of it work. All right? And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda, Sai Baba, all the gurus have just said, keep remembering the name of the God. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamade. Say the name of the Lord, say the name of the Lord. It's that simple. Just say it with a bit of calm, bit of faith, and bit of emotion. And by the way, when you are angry, say the name of the Lord. Get angry with God, because remember, one of the people that said the name of the Lord a lot and thought about God a lot, Shushipala, was Krishna's enemy. But he also merged with God because his focus was he kept repeating the name of Krishna, kept thinking about Krishna. So, when he died, he merged with God. So the energy behind the name of God. It's like keep saying the name of the God and have a bit of energy. When you're angry, that is also energy. Never mind, just send it to God. We'll talk about anger and all a little bit later, but saying the name of the God, remembering name of the Lord can be done anywhere, anytime. And it is one of the basic principles nowadays of, when you talk about the secret or positive psychology, it comes down to keeping a positive thing in a positive attitude, taking what you want, having an idea that the universe will give you. And yeah, just saying the name of the Lord is enough to give you the universe. If you think you're free, you're free. If you think you're bound, you're bound. If you think you're a sinner, you're a sinner. Why say that? When you say the name of the Lord, and with the name of the Lord, you are free. So that is the first three, and it's already 5 minutes, 20 something seconds. So I'm going to have to end it here, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Sai Ram, and thank you for listening.